Alright, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. I'm Seulgiicy and today, I'll be presenting the video you guys voted for on my community tab. I'm going to be presenting K-pop groups I don't stan and why. Initially this video was more negative, bearing the title K-pop groups I would never stan, but I'm a positive person and that felt too harsh, so I decided instead of bashing these groups, it would be more interesting for me to discuss what I don't like in these groups and focus on how they could improve or what they could change to actually make me stan them. This is obviously not me sending hate to the members. While some of these groups aren't for me, I still wish them a successful career. So, without further stalling, let's get into the stan, and I'll avoid this group because I am against minors debuting in K-pop. Chiquita is literally the same age as my brother, and kids that age should be in school. There's so much education and knowledge these girls are lacking because they have spent years training. I know they are still going to school, but balancing intensive idol training and school is just a recipe for failing one or the other, or even both. And the main reason I won't support isn't even about the girls themselves, but about the man who has put the group together, YG. So, if you don't know, before Blackpink into anyone, YG debuted his first girl group called Sweet Tea in 2002. It was a 3-member girl group which ended up flopping and disbanding in 2004 because YG put no effort into making the group successful. Only one member stayed with the company, Leunju. She went on to marry YG after 9 years of dating in 2010. Now, trigger warning for grooming. The first time YG ever saw Yeonju was when she was a middle schooler, and he formally met her when she was 16. Oh, and by the way, YG is her senior by 12 years, meaning this grown-ass man in his 20s saw a middle schooler and set out to make her his wife. No, this isn't romantic, it's fucking disgusting. If you don't see the problem, let me educate you. Grown-ups shouldn't be attracted to kids. They shouldn't go out of their way to get in a relationship with them either. Teenagers and children get manipulated into relationships like this because they are young and are just happy to get this attention from grown-ups. It's seriously gross, and this isn't secret information either. I would never send my kid to work for some creep, and yet here we are with Baby Monster, a bunch of teens debuting in the hands of a groomer. I can't support something like this. This is unfortunately something that the members don't have power over. They can't fix this. I won't be standing Baby Monster simply because I disagree with minors debuting in K-pop, especially at the hands of pedophiles. So there are a few reasons as to why ENHYPEN is on this list. The first being, I'm actually not the biggest fan of their concept change and how their sound changed. I actually more or less stayed in the group in late 2021, but the sound change didn't keep me interested in them. And because I had other issues, I didn't end up becoming a LOL stan. The first issue is the body shaming scandal that happened last year. A lot of fans have played it off as a joke, but it made me very uncomfortable nonetheless. The other issue is the fandom's behavior towards Nikki. Watching a fandom constantly sexualize this teenager while I was a teenager myself just made me feel so uncomfortable. In fact, while I know a lot of nice engines, I've witnessed plenty of them being absolutely trashy human beings. If a fandom make me as uncomfortable as engines have, the group have to have a huge amount of redeeming qualities to make me stan, like good music, which is something ENHYPEN has been lacking in. I'm not really a fan of ENHYPEN's B-sides either. However, there is hope. By the time this video is out, they'll have released their new comeback, and it's looking like it's going to be a bop. At this point, I've kind of accepted that ENHYPEN isn't really for me as a group, but maybe they can prove me wrong. We'll see. Okay, so initially, I was going to talk about Bite Me in my monthly K-pop review, but in light of recent events in the nmixx world, I need to cover this. And hypen released Bite Me and I enjoyed it. Aside from the first part of the chorus, that part was so unnecessary, but whatever. You know how I complained about nmixx as a fandom? Well, now the Korean fans are sending trucks to Hype demanding the co-ed choreo be removed. How delulu can you get? nmixx are out. Here really proving my point that they aren't a very nice fandom. At this point, I'm sorry for all the nice and sane nmixx out there watching this group's reputation get sabotaged by some jealous fans. To sum up why I won't stand Lightsome into one word is simple. That word being Cube. Lightsome debuted under Cube Entertainment in June 2021, and 2 months after this, the very same company kicked out Seulgiicy and dismissed Seulgiicy. I remember plenty of people under their debut commenting that despite the girls' talent and how good Vanilla was, they wouldn't be standing. K-pop stans were so afraid of being heartbroken and betrayed by Cube again, they weren't even willing to give Lightsome a chance. And time proved them right too. In October 2022, Lightsome was reorganized into a 6-member group, kicking out Jian and Hyolyn. Additionally, the group only had one comeback last year, when it is only their second year as a group. A K-pop group's rookie years are what make or break their career. And if Cube was a good company, they would be making the most of these years, instead of screwing the girls over. It's truly a shame because the girls are so talented and even have good music, but honestly I don't want to pour money into a company that will inevitably fuck this group up, and I don't really want to put energy into standing a group that is going to frustrate me with their management. So yeah, I'm not going to put myself through standing Lightsome. Okay, so SM groups are very hit or miss for me. And unfortunately NCT is a miss. As stupid as this may sound, one of the reasons I'm not willing to stand is the number of members. It honestly feels like a chore to have to memorize 20+ names and faces, etc. And for what too? They don't even release music I like. Don't get me wrong, NCT have some pretty good songs, but it's all in their old stuff. Like since 2021 they have released so many songs, and I like maybe 4 out of those. Maybe I'm getting the wrong idea since I'm not in the fandom, but NCT really feels like the embodiment of quantity over quality. I've genuinely tried to get into NCT, especially because I like Kick It so much, but I just can't. Also apparently there was some issue with colorism and body shaming around Haechan that I had heard of. I know in a group of 20 members it's likely that not everyone is best buddies, but still, why make your colleagues uncomfortable like that? So yeah, to me NCT is definitely not the kind of group I'm looking for. Them and their music feel like a ruckus and a bit of a mess. Their music quality would have to drastically improve for me to consider standing them.
Oh my god, yes on that. I was really hoping that he will come through. Oh my god, telephone, asking all the time about what I should do.
Again, how young the members are is part of the issue. Min Heejin is also a creepy grown-up, and we are letting these people take care of children. Min Heejin isn't even doing a good job here. She's dealing with kids in a harsh industry and their safety and health, both mental and physical. should be her #1 priority. Yet she has let her idols get exposed to a gigantic amount of hate. Have you seen the amount of hate and backlash Danielle has been receiving for voicing the Little Mermaid in the live-action Korean dub? I know this is meant to be a great opportunity to boost her stardom, and we say negative attention is better than no attention at all. But I disagree. This shouldn't be happening to a minor. This hate is unfortunately going to follow her for a long time, and anyone who exposes a child to hate is simply a piece of shit. I also have a bone to pick with the girls' diets. There is that one video where we see them eating a tiny meal, and that video received a bunch of concern with reason. What kind of horrible person do you have to be to give growing teenagers barely enough food to survive an active day? The New Jeans girls are busy filling out schedules, shooting, dancing, training, all which require a lot of energy, and you want to give them that tiny meal. Everything about New Jeans management rubs me the wrong way. The creepiness, the mistreatment fans have to keep calling out. The girls seem really sweet and they have great music, but I just can't stand this group. Also, I really dislike bunnies, always being annoying, bragging about this group and claiming everyone is plagiarizing New Jeans. I've already complained a lot about bunnies, so I'm not gonna do that anymore. But, oh my gosh, bunnies get on my nerves. Okay, so I actually really like Triple S music, and the members and concepts seem pretty cool. But recently I learned that their company, Modhouse, is using NFTs when it comes to fans voting for which of their songs to be released. The profit from the NFTs is being used to pay off the girls' trainee debt so they can start getting paid immediately, which is honestly very good. But if there is one thing you should know about me, it's that I really care about the environment. And one thing you should know about NFTs is that their average carbon footprint is equivalent to more than a month of electricity usage for the average European citizen. That's a huge amount of ecological damage. I'm well aware that Triple S aren't the only group that use NFTs, which is why I don't buy albums. The only income these groups are getting from me is a stream when I feel like listening to their music. The issue with Triple S more than others is that the system they use results in the creation of so much NFTs. I do also care about human rights though. I'm glad these girls are getting paid for their hard work immediately, which is why I'm not 100% sure where I stand here. I will definitely never participate in their voting, but if they convince me with good music, then I might be a casual stan. I also recently saw some news channels covering how Triple S were being blacklisted from K-pop music shows. I've seen people being worried about the project falling apart since the girls can't promote their music. So, considering this uncertainty for the group's future and the NFT issue, I'm not standing Triple S. So, that was a short list of pop groups I don't stan and have issues with. Truth be told, I could mention quite a few more groups here, but in their case it's for more simple reasons, like me not liking their sound. These specific groups I really did try to stan and get into them, but it just didn't work out. Of course, if I've complained about a group or fandom, and that has triggered you, grow up. It's truly not that deep, I'm just expressing my opinion. Anyway, this video took a long time to make. I hope you liked it. My next video will probably be the May comeback review, so I'll see you then. Or not. Have a great day.